Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of a premium ultra portable 2-in-1 laptop from Lenovo under the Yoga series, the Lenovo Yoga 7i, launched in 2021. So when it comes to 2-in-1 ultra portable convertible laptops, one name that stands out in the premium segment is the Lenovo Yoga series. So they have a variety of models to choose based on the screen size, the touch functionality. Then you get Yoga series in regular models as well. But the one we are going to review today is a 2-in-1 convertible laptop. It's also ultra portable laptop with a 14-inch full HD resolution display. It's a Dolby Vision certified display. It is powered by the latest Intel Core i7 11 Gen 1165 G7 chipset, and it comes to up to 16 gigs of RAM. There are two variants, 8GB RAM and as well as 16 gigs of RAM. And you also get a 512GB storage, the Intel Iris Xe graphics, then 71 watt hour battery, which promises up to 16 hours of battery life. So it's a well packed hardware, and this also comes with a 2-in-1 convertible form factor, which means you can convert it into a tablet with a touch screen display. So how good is the device? Let's find out in this detailed review. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first let's talk about the design and build quality. So if you look at the Lenovo Yoga series, one thing stands out is the premium build quality and the design being offered. It's just 1.4 kilograms in weight, even for a convertible laptop, which is quite good, even though it's not the kind of ultra portable laptop you see, which is like 1.2 or 1 kilogram weight. This is a convertible laptop. It's slightly on the heavier side, but still 1.4 kilograms is definitely good for a portable laptop. Now it's a convertible laptop, which means you can just twist the display and make it to a tablet size. You can see here, this is the tablet form factor. So that is the convertible form factor, and you can see that the build quality looks really premium everywhere. It's an all aluminum chassis, and the hinges are very strong. In fact, the build is so strong that even the hinges are so strong that you have to use both your hands to open the lid. That may not be a very desirable factor, but it actually shows up the strength of the hinge, and the hinges are made really well. And the display, in fact the device build quality looks really premium, all metal chassis, given a matte finish altogether. And you can also see that you get dual speakers on either side of the keyboard. The keyboard is well laid out, the trackpad, everything looks really good. The fingerprint has a slight recess so that you get a good feel when using the fingerprint, and everything looks really good, and it's a premium well built laptop in this price segment. So in terms of build quality, we would say Lenovo has done a really good job offering solid build quality, and it definitely feels premium for the price segment it is being offered. Next, let's move on to the display. Now this device comes with a full HD 14-inch display. That's the display size we are reviewing here, and it has a Dolby Vision certified display. It's a touch enabled display with 72% NTSC, and it is protected with AGC Dragon Trail glass with 300 nits of brightness. Now there is also pen input included with the box package, so you can use this pen for touch display. Now talking about the display quality, now we felt that the display colors are really good because it is a Dolby Vision certified, so it gives a good punchy colors, and even watching really good content on even streaming platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime, it does produce some really vibrant colors and deep blacks, and the display good looks definitely good. But then one thing what we didn't like was the outdoor visibility, and in extreme bright sunlight the visibility was not that great, especially with 300 nits of brightness. It was not really that bright, and we would have liked a slightly brighter display at this price segment. That's what we feel about the display. Otherwise it's a good display. The touch controls works really well, and even the pen input looks really good. Now it's not a full-fledged pen input, but you can do for sketching or a kind of minor actions you can do with the pen input, but the touch display definitely works pretty good. So overall we would say display is definitely good, but there is slight room for improvement, especially for the brightness. We would have liked a slightly more brighter panel, especially especially considering that this is a premium laptop being offered in the Yoga series. So that's the display aspect. Now moving on to the performance. So this device is powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i7-1165G7 chip with Intel Iris Xe graphics. Now it comes with 16 gigs of RAM or even 8 GB RAM is available. Now it's a soldered RAM, that means you cannot upgrade the RAM. So make sure you choose the right RAM variant. We would suggest you to go with the 16 gigs of RAM, especially if you are a person who does a lot of work or RAM aggressive work, then it's better to go with the 16 gigs of RAM variant instead of the 8 gigs of RAM. Now, but if you are a person who does casual work like browsing, emailing, document creation, PowerPoint, or even watching movies, then 8 gigs of RAM should be good enough. But again, it's up to you to decide which RAM variant you need. But remember that you cannot upgrade the RAM because it's a soldered RAM. Now, there is 512 GB SSD included, which performs really well, and the overall experience looks good. Now talking about the performance as a whole, we felt that the Intel Core i7 the 11th gen chip did pretty good. Even we did heavy image editing with Photoshops with multiple layer, and it worked really good. We even did video editing with Adobe Premiere, and we felt that even 4K video rendering was pretty good, and it was quite capable with the Iris Xe graphics. Even though it does not have a dedicated GPU, it does pretty well in terms of video editing as well. But again, this is not a creator's laptop, which means you cannot go with multiple layers in video editing. That might slog a bit, but still it is quite a good chip, the Intel i7 and with Iris Xe graphics. But it's definitely a good chip, the Intel Core i7 with Iris Xe graphics. It does a good job overall. Even 4K editing was possible on this laptop. Now gaming, again, this device is not a gamer's device. Obviously it's more of an ultra portable lifestyle laptop, so you can do a bit of gaming but not a gamer's device per se. So if you want to play aggressive games, this is definitely not the laptop to go. Now next, let's move on to the keyboard experience. Now this has a pretty good keyboard experience. The keys are well placed, and you don't feel any sort of issues while typing, and it is more or less pretty good in terms of experience. The key travel is also sufficiently good. There is also a backlit keyboard option. You don't see any sort of wobble with the keyboard while typing, but since this is a 14-inch laptop, you don't get a full size number pad, but it's definitely good in terms of typing experience, and overall the experience was pretty good. Even the trackpad experience was quite okay. We would say it's more or less above average experience, although at times we had some issues with the right click, but the gestures do work pretty well. So overall we feel the keyboard and trackpad experience are quite okay. We don't see any sort of issues as such with these two. Now the speakers, there are dual speakers on either side of the keyboard, and they are Dolby Atmos, and the speaker output is quite good, but it's not the loudest out there, especially being a multimedia centric laptop. We would have liked a slightly more louder experience, but nevertheless it doesn't give any sort of issues. The sound output is quite good on this laptop. Now next, let's move on to the battery. So it comes with a 71 watt hour battery, and there is also fast charging with a Type-C port included. Now the battery life is quite good on this laptop, although the company claims around 16 hours of battery life. We got around 9 to 10 hours on our usage, which included editing as well, and casual browsing, emailing, then document creation, web browsing, creating blog posts. So everything included, we got around 9 to 10 hours, which is really impressive battery life, I would say, for an ultra portable laptop. Although if you are watching just movies alone, you might get a better battery life, or if you are doing light work, you might get slightly better battery life. But even 9 to 10 hours is definitely good on this laptop, so we don't have any sort of complaints in terms of battery. Now moving on to the webcam experience, you do get a 720p webcam with a privacy shutter included, which is quite okay for the online video calls. It's not a very high resolution camera for obvious reasons, but it should do decent work with respect to online video calls and other stuff. So that's the webcam. Now in terms of ports and connectivity, on the left side you get two USB Type-C port, which is Thunderbolt 4 support with the function of power delivery 3.0 and display port, and one of which you have to use while charging, and you do get a USB Type-C charger with the box. And on the right side you get one USB 3.2 Type A Gen 1 port, and there is also a headphone jack included on the left side. So that's the ports and connectivity, and you also get Wi-Fi 6 support. So it's fairly equipped. We would have liked one more USB Type A port because since one of the USB Type-C port is being used for charging the laptop, so it might get engaged all the while, so you are left with one USB Type-C and one USB Type-A. So those are the two ports available. So that's the detailed aspects about the Lenovo Yoga 7i. So summing up, how good is the device? Now the variant which we reviewed, the Core i7-1165 G7 with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 GB of SSD is priced around 95,000 right now in India. Now we'll share the link in the description of this video. So it's not a very cheap or affordable laptop, it's a premium laptop offering great premium experience. So the pros and cons, let's list out those aspects. So pros include good design and build quality, then good performance all around for day-to-day usage. Again, heavy task also did perform pretty well. Excellent battery life, then keyboard experience is quite good, then overall display experience is also quite okay. So that's the pros. Now cons include, we would have liked a slightly brighter display out there. That probably one of the I can't say that it's a con actually, but if you are using more of indoors you won't notice that, but if you are a person who is traveling a lot, then that display brightness might be an issue for you, but again it depends upon person to person. Then one more port could have been included, one more USB Type-A port could have been included, and the speaker output could have been slightly louder. So these were the pros and cons of the Lenovo Yoga 7i. But if you're looking for a premium ultra portable laptop which is a convertible touch enabled laptop which performs pretty well with excellent battery life, then the Yoga 7i makes perfect choice at 95,000 rupees in India. So that's a detailed review of the Lenovo Yoga 7i 2021 variant. Hope this video is useful. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.